Hello, welcome to Build Your Brand, Fostering Emotional Connections with Stakeholders. I am Nathaniel King and I'm the Dean of the Library at Nevada State. And this is my colleague, Alena Manjuck, the Outreach and Engagement Librarian at Nevada State. So branding and marketing were not included in a list of suggested topics for this conference, so we wanted to start by expressing our appreciation to the program committee for accepting our proposal. We believe that developing an OER brand is a critical foundation for your program's success. Our presentation today aims to provide you with a combination of theoretical tools and practical examples that can easily be adapted into your own institutional context. So this presentation will include an overview of our institutional context, describe a brand strategy and identity framework, and then provide some powerful implementation examples that are both low cost and time efficient. Let's begin by telling you a little bit about us. So Nevada State is one of the youngest institutions in the country. We celebrated our 20th anniversary in September 2022. The Chronicle of Higher Education Almanac has identified us as the second fastest growing public institution in the United States. The student population reflects the demographics of the Las Vegas Valley, one of the most diverse urban centers in the country. The college is a Hispanic-serving institution and a minority-serving institution. Additionally, 55% of students at Nevada State are the first person in their family to attend college. We're very proud that the Meridian Martin Library at Nevada State was the recipient of the 2020 Association of College and Research Libraries Excellence in Academic Libraries Award. The library is the first Hispanic-serving institution to be awarded this honor, and only the second public institution in the award's history. Some of the highlights of our OER efforts are over $1.2 million saved for students. The library has also worked with over 30% of full-time instructors to convert their courses from traditional textbooks. And finally, we believe that we are the first library in our Carnegie class to offer instructors intensive faculty development with OER via 6-week-long summer institutes.
In this section, we will discuss helpful frameworks for building your brand. So, what do we mean when we say brand? Often when we think of brands, certain companies and logos may come to mind. But brands aren't just for corporations, and what we're talking about goes beyond products or logos. This quote from Scott Galloway, an NYU professor and marketing expert, summarizes what we're referring to when we talk about a brand. He says that brands exist in the hearts and minds of consumers. In other words, we're talking about values and how your community perceives you, which are largely intangible associations. As I mentioned, building a brand goes beyond a logo and visuals. It deals with intangible emotional associations. For example, an OER program brand can focus on the emotional connection to college affordability. But why should we build our brand? Well, a strong brand provides an overarching strategy. You can think of your brand as another lens or tool for making decisions about what your program offers and how you communicate its value. Finally, it's important to think of building your brand as an ongoing process. Defining your brand allows you to communicate your program's value consistently and over time. Every interaction someone has with your OER program is an opportunity for them to build trust and build a relationship with your brand. To summarize, defining your brand's identity provides a framework for showcasing both the quantitative and qualitative elements of your OER program's impact. Which do you think is more powerful? Statistics or stories? How about a combination of both? It's not enough to just show ROI in terms of dollars saved. Conveying the emotional impact of your work is equally important. We selected 3 values to define our OER brand identity: impact-driven, student-centered, and inclusive. We derive these attributes from our college's brand and our library's brand. While we could easily come up with other values, we prioritize these 3 as the most important values for guiding our program and brand development. After defining our brand identity, we can use it to guide our brand strategy. The 3 hurdles framework, which was developed by Scott Galloway, provides us with 3 questions to ask when making a strategic decision. Differentiation has us ask, is this differentiated from our partners? Next is relevance. Does it matter to our stakeholders? The last hurdle is sustainability. Can we continue to own it over time? Now let's take a closer look at each of the hurdles. A Library Journal article titled "Libraries Play a Key Role in Campus OER Adoption" explains how librarians' specific role on campus can help to improve uptake of OER. Quote, "As one of the few professionals in higher education who engage with the entire campus community, librarians are uniquely positioned to serve as go-betweens in discussions about academic materials between faculty and administration. What's more, as a trusted source of information about high-quality academic content, they have everyone's ear in communicating the value of OER to various stakeholder groups." A recent marketing report from Deloitte found that when brands know whom they are serving and what those individuals specifically care about, they can position their purpose as a competitive differentiator. This insight reveals how differentiation and relevance are closely connected. At Nevada State, we know the students we're serving and what they care about, and college affordability is at the top of the list. Nearly 50% of Nevada State students receive need-based federal financial aid. Furthermore, a campus-wide student survey identified cost as the top reason that students select our institution, and the number 2 reason that they consider withdrawing from their program of study. Our OER brand directly supports students' financial needs. Finally, it's important to consider the sustainability of the brand over time. As you build your brand reputation, others will advocate on your behalf. Committing to your OER brand is a long-term investment that requires dedicated staff time and resources. When students, faculty, and administrators know about your OER efforts and successes, they can become ambassadors for the brand and help sustain the brand with their support. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is a fundamental part of your OER brand. Our foundational principles include acknowledging that textbook affordability is a social justice issue. Be intentional about inclusion as you build your brand. We are suggesting that the composition of OER programs should be inherently diverse because individuals of different genders, ethnicities, etc. are included. For example, we work to ensure that faculty on different types of appointments can participate in OER development opportunities. We also work to recruit faculty from a variety of disciplines, which may not typically be included in this work.
Thanks, Alena. Let's discuss ways to implement some of these ideas via some practical examples. So we have selected 3 events that demonstrate our brand in action. The first example is our flagship program, the No Cost Textbook Summer Institute. Without question, the best investment we've made to build our brand was the acquisition of a big check. It provides a great way to track student savings in a public way, and it provides a wonderful prop for recognizing the contributions of instructors to improving the affordability of course materials. During the Institute, we are also able to hold individual photo shoots with willing instructors. Instructors are proud of being part of this program, and they tell us that they use these photos on their office doors and in their annual self-evaluations. So we've developed a very inclusive team-based culture in the library, and we wanted to acknowledge and show our appreciation for everyone who's worked on our textbook affordability initiatives, especially in behind-the-scenes roles. So organizing the Institute is a significant amount of work with scheduling, writing acceptance memos, and working with the business office on funding. And we took these 2 team members out to lunch to celebrate their work and then decorated their office doors while they were away.
In this section, I'll talk about how we integrated OER brand promotion into some of our traditional campus events. Every October, our campus hosts an annual employee costume contest. Employees from different departments and disciplines brainstorm their best group costume ideas. In the library, we have a reputation for going all in on our team costume. In 2019, we decided to assemble the Textbook Justice League. Dressing up as superheroes was a fun way to spread the word about OER efforts and their connection to social justice. Our campus photographer even helped us set up a photo shoot. We found many creative ways to use the photos, such as our annual holiday card. Here's another photo from our collection. As always, we use the big check to emphasize the connection to no-cost textbooks. This effort also related to our brand value of inclusion. All library staff participated in the group costume, with everyone finding creative ways to express the theme. For example, Cyborg is sporting a Kindle labeled as a no-cost textbook. Another staff member, who's also a Nevada State student, used Aquaman's signature trident to spear some too expensive textbooks. Other notable props included Wonder Woman's Textbook Justice League shield and Lasso of Truth, which was fashioned from a graduation cord in reference to how OER efforts support student success. Perhaps best of all, Batman's money gun was an amazing way to bring the focus to student savings. Here you can see the money gun in action. As you can tell, we had an absolute blast doing this. And if you're wondering about the results of that costume contest, the Textbook Justice League did win a coveted award for the most spirited group costume. Just last year, we used the costumes again as part of a campus trunk or treat event. But this wasn't the last time that we would revive the Textbook Justice League. This fall, we hosted an event for students called Textbook Smarts. As you can see, the Textbook Justice League made another appearance. This was another event that included the entire library team. The event was held as part of the college's official Welcome Week program, which helped us reach more students. Our goal was to involve students in building our brand. We wanted to communicate our empathy for students and the financial obstacles that they face. We also wanted to increase student awareness of our OER program and share how the library has saved students over $1 million in textbook costs. Activities included a textbook search help station, where library staff explained how the library supports OER and helped students check whether their textbook was available as a library ebook. Decor such as a $sign balloon and displaying the big check helped keep the focus on student savings. Students also enjoyed fun giveaways, which included a Textbook Justice League button, pizza, and a special giveaway, the $1 Million Chocolate Bar. We have used the chocolate bars as a way to celebrate the important milestone of surpassing $1 million in student savings. Milestones are important because they can help to focus campus attention on your efforts and achievements. These efforts yielded some great student feedback. Students expressed appreciation for everything the library does for textbooks and appreciated our help in showing them how to find library ebooks. The event was also covered by our campus's social media specialist who helped spread the word. By the end of the event, we had interacted with over 100 students. We also used the event as an opportunity to gather student insights via a whiteboard activity. Students were invited to respond to the prompt, "How have textbook costs impacted you?" This was a popular activity, and we actually had to add another whiteboard. Students wrote about the financial impact of textbook costs, as well as the academic, mental, and emotional impact. Students also shared specific examples of how textbook costs were a barrier to taking specific courses, or in some cases resorting to taking a class in which they were challenged to learn without the lecture materials. These stories show how textbook costs affect real students on our campus and underscore the impact of OER work. By sharing these student stories with our college administration, we are able to authentically and effectively communicate our brand values of being impact-driven, student-centered, and inclusive. Thank you very much for joining us. Please don't hesitate to contact us with any questions.